A very good morning, dear students. I welcome you to another video lecture of English, and today we'll be doing a grammar topic. Of course, by seeing the board you have already guessed what the topic is for the day. Now dear students, the topic tense, it often gives tension, right? As a teacher, it's my experience that when I ask the students which is the topic that is not clear to them or they are often confused with, so tense is one such topic which is on the hit list, I will say, or on the top list. So it's my attempt to make this topic easy for you to understand and to avoid confusions that often arise in your mind related to this topic. So today, first of all, I'm going to introduce to you the family of tense with the help of a story. Okay, so let's start and get acquainted to the so many headings that I have written on the board, and after that we'll get into the details of these particular headings. So as you can see on the board, tense is a great grand old man, and what is his nickname? His nickname is time. Okay, so this great grand old man, he was a very happy fellow. He was very proud because he had a huge family consisting of so many members. And most primarily, who are the members of his family? He loves his 3 sons. And what is the name of the first son? He named his first son present tense. What did he name it? Present tense. The second son, he named him past tense. The third son, he named him future tense. So 3 sons Mr. Tense is having, and the first one is present, second is past, third is future. अब सबसे बड़ा कौन है? The eldest one is present tense. So present tense got married, okay, and after his marriage, what happened? He had a son. He also had a son. So what did he think? He thought, what should I name him? Now present tense is quite a simple fellow. He just thought that why not I should keep the name of my child with the quality I possess, because present tense was a very simple man. So he named his first son Simple Present. Now he named the first son Simple Present Tense. Tense is the surname of his grandfather. Okay, they belong to the Tense family. Like you have the Sharmas, the Batras, etc. So this is the Tense family. So Tense is the surname. And in South there is a practice that father's name comes in the middle. So in the same manner we can say Mr. Present Tense, he has named his child what? Simple Present Tense. Now what happens after a few years, even this present tense got married. When the present tense got married, even he had a boy. Okay, and now Mr. Past, what is he thinking? He thinks that my elder brother is so intelligent. So if he has kept a name, that is obviously the best name ever I could find. So what did he do? He also named his son as Simple, and because he is the father, so past, and they belong to the Tense family. Now it was Future's turn. Even he got married. After the marriage, he also had a son. So now when you will notice the characteristics about these people now, like I said, present tense is a simple fellow. Okay, past tense is a little smart, we can say, and our future tense is a literal copycat. So now what is he going to do? Future tense is not going to bother about naming his son. He knows that both the brothers have named their children Simple, so he is just going to copy, and he will name his son as Simple Future Tense. So this is how the name of their sons became Simple Present Tense, Simple Past Tense, and Simple Future Tense. A few years passed by. Now even present tense had another son. Past tense also had another son. Future tense also had another son. So what do you think they are going to do next? Now present tense thought, let me give a unique name to my child. So what did he do? He named his child as present continuous tense. So this time he has done a little bit of change in the name. He has kept his name first, present. He has named the child as continuous and tenses because they belong to the tense family. It's the grandfather's surname. Now what is past going to do? Past is very smart. So past is also going to do the same because he thinks simple is quite intelligent. So let me copy simple. Let me follow his footsteps. So he names his son as past continuous tense. Now future starts thinking. Future is thinking when both the brothers have kept this name, there must be something special about it. Why not I also name my child with the same name? So what does he do? He names his second son as future continuous tense because he believes in copying simply. So he is also a copycat, so he has just copied the name because the rest of the two brothers have kept the same name. Coming over to the third baby of this family. Both the sons also, all of these present, past and future, they had the third baby this time. So now what the present tense has started thinking? Present tense has started thinking that I am so intelligent, both my brothers keep copying me. I am a perfect man. So this time what he does, he names his son Perfect because he thinks he is perfect. So his son should also be named Perfect. So he keeps the name of his child as present perfect tense. Now past starts thinking, I am also very smart. Even I am perfect in everything I do and especially copying, right? So why not name my son also Perfect? So he names his son as past perfect tense. Now it's turn of future. Future does not feel like using his brains at all. He is just going to do the copy pasting and he has also decided to name the third child as future perfect tense. So this is how the third generation or the third, these children who were born, they have been named as present perfect, past perfect and future perfect tense. Now it is the final one, the last, the youngest baby of the family. So present tense had the fourth baby. Now what is he going to do? He has decided every time I'm thinking of a unique name, every time I want to show that I am perfect, but these brothers of mine, they just keep copying my things. So why should I work hard in thinking of new names? So what does he do? He blends the name of the previous two sons and names his fourth son as present perfect continuous tense. The name of the fourth son is present perfect continuous tense. What is past going to do? Past is also going to do the same thing. He is just copying the name and he names his son as past perfect continuous tense. Now it is the turn of future, and like I said, future tense always blindly follows. He believes a lot in his elder brother, and whatever his elder brother does, the same thing the younger one does. For example, in your homes, the ones who are elder, when you get a cell phone or you get a new gift, even the youngest child of the house, he will say, I want the same thing, right? So same is the situation of future tense. Future tense is always copying the present tense only. Okay, so what is the name he has kept? He has kept future perfect continuous tense. So these were the family members of the tense family. Okay, this was the story how these people came to be named like that and why this family has similar kind of names. Now why I have narrated you the story is because when I'll be discussing with you people the different forms of tenses, that time you will need to remember the story which I have just narrated, and you need to remember that present is smart, yes, present is simple, present is intelligent, all these features I have shared. Past is intelligent also, he is smart also, he does copy but he doesn't copy blindly. But future tense does not think, he completely and blindly copies the present tense. So these features you have to remember about these three family members: present, past and future. Now dear students, when I start explaining you the lesson in detail, I will be taking up the tenses in the form that first we will be discussing about only the simple form of all these three. Then we'll be discussing the continuous form of all these three. Then the perfect form of these three, and then the perfect continuous form. So basically under 4 headings we will be studying this lesson in detail. But before I start explaining you these topics, just recall that what I had taught you while I was discussing the chapter verbs. I had taught you a table where we were discussing about the different kind of subjects, right? And I had also made you make a table of be, do and have. And then I had helped you to correlate both the tables with each other so that you have no confusion that which helping verb is used with which kind of a subject. So first of all, I'll be recapitulating the same part, the same thing again, because that is a basic work, the base for your tense understanding. And after that, I'll come to the topics displayed on the board. So first, have a quick look at what we have already done. We're going to understand this chart. Now what is there in this chart? Please pay attention. You can see out here I have written subject. What is it written? Subject. Next, singular and plural. You know this very well that when we talk about someone, we talk about a place or anything. So there is a possibility we are talking about a single thing, single place, single person. There is a possibility we talk about more than one. So I have used the columns singular and plural out here. Now the subjects. How can we classify the subjects? The subjects can be classified into 3 groups. First one, first person. Second is your second person. And third is your third person. So who is first person? So I just take an example. Right now, for myself, I am the first person. I am going to give myself the first rank. This everyone is going to do, right? So I am also doing the same. I am the first person. Who is the second person? You are the second person. The ones who are listening to me right now, they are the second person. Then who is the third person? We both might be talking about a single girl, a single boy, a single place. So all those things, when we talk about one, that will be referred as your what? It will be referred as your third person. Is it clear? And third person in which category? In the category of singular. When I am talking about more than one. So right now, like I had said, I am the first person. So when I am talking about plural, so who will be the first person then? Imagine with me your maths teacher was standing, with me your science teacher was standing, and we three were teaching you people. So we three would tell that we are the first person. We. So we becomes your example of plural what? First person. When I am saying like we have become plural because 2 more teachers are here. So now who is the second person for us? So it could be a single child who is listening to my lecture. Our lecture will say, you pay attention. If more than one group of people is here, more than one group of people is here, what will I say? You pay attention. To that group of people I'll say, yes, you pay attention. Yes, this group is good. You are good. This is not good. Okay. So this is the way we talk. So even when more than one person is there in the second person subject, we use the same word you. So you can see the chart. First person singular I, first person plural we, first person singular you, first person plural is also you. Then come to the third person. What is the third person? Third person when I'm talking about a single boy. So I will use the word he. When I'm talking about a single girl, I use the word she. When I want to show a single thing to you, I'll say this. Okay. When I want to show something which is singular but which is far away from me, I will say that. Okay. So this chart you can see I have made for clarifying this very fact only. Where to use this, where to use that, where to use these and where to use those. When things are near me. When it is singular, I use the word what? I use the word this. When it is plural, it is near me, I use the word these. When something is far away, I say that. When many things are far away, I say these, I say those. Understood? So these kind of words I am using. Near, this pen is near me. This is my pen. If it would be far, that is my pen. If I had two pens in my hand, I would say these are my pen. It is near me. These are my pen. When two pens are far, I would say those are my pen. So the concept is of near and far. Okay. This and these is used for near, that and those are used for far. So this, that can be used as your third person singular. These, those can be used as your third person plural. And I have written the names Ram and Sita, and I have also written Ram and Shyam. So these I have just written randomly. For example, if I was talking about a single boy named Ram, so I would have used the name Ram. It is not necessary I will always use he. Okay, if there were two people I am talking about like Ram and Shyam, so Ram and Shyam would be my third person plural subjects. I hope till here it is very much clear to you. Yes. Now we will move to the third step. What is our third step? The third step is this chart. That is the verb be, do and have form. So this particular be, do and have I am going to explain to you separately. Be, do and have, let us understand it with the help of a story. Now be, do and have are friends. They are not only friends, they are family members in fact. And they belong to the family of verbs. Now B is a grandpa. Let us take that B is a grandpa. Okay. And do is also a grandpa. Have is also a grandpa. Like they are great grandpas for us. Okay. Now these great grandpapas, they are having family members. Who are the family members? We will come to know through this chart. There are three generations. One is the present generation. Like I may say, you can assume yourself as the present generation. Okay. Your parents will become the which generation? Under your grandfather, your parents are there and then you are there. You are the present, your parents are the past. Okay. Now you are young, at a time your parents were young. And what is the future? Future is the coming generation that is about to come. That is when you people get married, then the new generation is going to come. So in the family of these grandpas, we are going to study about three generations: present, past and future. Okay. So you are the present, your parents is the past, and the coming generation when you get married is going to be the future generation. Now in the family of B, who is you? You are, is, am, are. Who are you? Your names are is, am and are. What is the name of your parents then? The name of the parents is was, were. that is past. They have become old, now they were young once. Now we are talking about the young people only. You are the youngest, so you are present, is, am, are. Your parents are elder to you, they are your past, so they are was and were. And when you get married, who will come? Will be. Will be is going to come when you get married. So this is the family of Mr. Grandpa B. Then we have the family of do. So the present generation, does and do. Like you people can name yourself as does and do. And who is the parent of does and do? The parent of does and do is did. So parents were born before you. So that means you are present and your parents are past. That means does and do is present and did is what? Past. And once you people get married, who is going to come? Will do. Will do is going to come. Next is have family. In the have family, the grandpa have, the eldest right now, the generation which we are talking about, has and have. Has and have. You people are has and have. Your parents are had. Your parents are had. And when you get married, who is going to come? Will have. Will have is going to come. So 3 generations I have introduced. One is you yourself. The other is your parents. Your parents is past. You are present. When you get married, then future generation is going to come. So 3 generations we have studied. Now one more feature about the generation we will come to know. What you will see, future generation. Future generation, like right now you must be noticing the changes in your life as well. We people are quite friendly, right? We make friends very easily and we are quite broad-minded also. So similarly, the generation which is going to come in the future, they will be very broad-minded. They will make friends very easily. So the family members of the future of all the 3 families, be, do and have, all the members of be, do and have of the future generation, they are friendly with everyone. Everyone. That is why I have written the word all out here. I have written the word all because they are friendly with everyone. Out here, whom am I referring to? Everyone. I am referring to your first person, second person and third person. So we can use these words will be, will do and will have with any one of them. Whether it is singular, whether it is plural, whether it is first person, second person, third person, anything you choose from this chart, they are ready to mingle with them and they are ready to do the friendship. For example, if I make a sentence, I will be late, you will be late, he will be late, they will be late, you will be late, we will be late. So the sentences are correct. That means they mingle with everyone very easily. When I say will do, you will do the work, he will do the work, I will do the work, we will do the work, okay, they will do the work. Will have, I will have eaten my lunch by then, we will have eaten by lunch by then, you will have eaten by lunch then, okay. So we can see that these verbs we are able to use with all kinds of persons and all kinds of numbers, like singular noun and plural noun. Both we can use, okay. First person, second person, third person, all we can use. So that is why I have written all under them. Next, come to this portion of the chart, did and had. Now did and had are also quite broad-minded. Now you will notice when you compare the parents of your friends and yourself, you will notice sometimes you feel my parents are not that broad-minded. My parents don't allow me to go for movie with my friends. And the parents of Rakshit or maybe the parents of Sunaina are so good. They allow her to go for the shopping herself. They allow her to go for the movie. So there is a little bit of variation in the generation also, right? So the same difference is here. Did and had. Now did and had are little bit broad-minded like the coming generations. So what they are doing? They are also mingling with everyone. So we can use Did I make a mistake? Did we make a mistake? Did they make a mistake? Okay, so they are suitable with all of them. When I'm using had, I had a headache yesterday. He had a headache yesterday. They had a headache yesterday. So with everyone, singular, plural, first person, second, third person, we are able to use. So these columns are very easy because all these 5 columns, they are very easy to mingle with everyone. No different you have to remember for them. Okay. And what are the exceptions then? Let's come from the first portion of your chart. Is, am and are. Now you will notice in the present generation also there are some people who are easily mingling with everyone. There are some people who are shy even in the present generation, like you people I'm talking about. Yes, you students. Okay, so here also there is a mixture we will find, but the modern generation is very friendly, so that is why they are friends with everyone. Okay, and in your parents generation also there some are very broad-minded and some are just mediocrely, moderately they are broad-minded, so accordingly. Now is having a friendship only with third person, and that too singular. That means we use the word is with whom? I use the word is with only this portion. With only this portion. I use is, he is, she is, this is, that is, Ram is, Sita is. So third person singular. That is why I have written third S out here. I don't write you is, we is. No, that is incorrect. Next, am. Am is used only and only with first person singular. That is very easy. Am only we use with I. And what is I? I is first person singular. Now are. Now what is are? Are, I have not written anything for you. So what does that mean? That are can be used for we are, you are, they are, these are, those are, Ram and Shyam are. So what I come to know, are is used with plural only. It is used with plural only, but it can be used with first person, second person and third person, but it has to be plural only. Okay, so are is having friendship with all the plurals, we can say. So I have written out there P under the are word. Next in the family out here is does. So with whom I use does? Does is again used with 3S, that is third person singular. Third person singular. So he does, she does, this does not work for me, that does not work for me, Ram does not do his work, Ram does not work for me. Okay, so does is used with third person singular, and do is used with the rest. We do not like talking to them. You do not like talking to them. They do not like talking. Okay, so I do not like talking. So this is used with the rest. Next we are having has. Has is again used with third person singular. He has, she has, this has, that has, Ram has, Sita has a book. So all this is used with has. Have, now have is used for plural. We have, you have, they have. Okay, these people have, those people have. Okay, so you have, I have. So with all the rest of the columns, what do we use? We use have. Have is used with rest all. That means except this column, that have is used with rest all the columns. Okay. Now one similarity you must have noticed, that all the first members of be, do and have family, they are connected with third person singular. So you can find out ways to learn this chart in an easy manner. This thing you have to learn in the same manner. Is, am, are, do, does, has, have, was, were, did, had. These main elements you have to learn in the same manner. Then you can very much learn future. All the columns are all. It is easy to remember. Then did and have. Do and have. Second last two columns are also going with all of them. It is easy to remember. Then in the present tense in the form of be, do and have, the first words which we are discussing, that is working out with whom? Third person singular only. Next, let's come to past tense, was and were. Was is used for singular. Was is used for singular. We can use was with third person singular and first person singular. I was late. He, she, this, that was late. Ram, Sita was late. Okay. With you we don't use it. Okay. Were is used with plural and with second person, or I can say with rest, whatever is remaining. After deleting third and first column, when I delete the remaining all the portions, we can use were. Okay. Next is your did. Did and had we have already discussed. Right now when I'm explaining you things, you might be feeling things are quite complicated, how to remember all this. I have even written it down for your convenience, and you can take a screenshot, as well as I'll be providing it to you in the classroom also. So you can note it down in your notebook. Regularly when you look at the same charts again and again, you will have it learned. You will know it. You will remember it. So is, am, are. Is with third person singular, am first person, and that is specially I. Are with rest all, and are is used with plural only. Okay, it is used with plural only. Was is used with third person singular, first person singular. Were is used with rest all, and were is used with plural also, we can say. Does is used with third person singular. Do is used with rest all. Has is used with third person singular. Have is used with rest all. So I hope you understood how these things are working, and once you learn this chart and you learn to connect it with this chart, then what will happen? You will never make the errors of subject verb agreement. You will know that you cannot use I has a pen. You will always say I have a pen, and you will know it is not necessary everywhere you insert you insert the word am with I. Sometimes I have a book. I am have a book nahi hota. I have a book. Okay, so those things you will learn once you see this chart. So I have tried my level best to make things simple for you, and I know the video has become quite lengthy. Even you might find it boring, but I tried to speak as less I could and to explain as much as I could. So God bless you all, dear children. If still doubts are there, do not worry. I shall discuss it with you people in our Zoom classes. God bless you all.